Welcome back, everyone. Going into part 2 here of episode 65, Court of Swords. We are on our way to the tower, or at least to the Temple of the Tower.
Yeah. So the tower's house at the end of all their big like fortress place where no one goes. It's in the district of temples. It's where all the city's biggest temples were built, and where the sort of square to the Arcana exists. We've been here a couple of times before, and yeah, and I think you can head there. It's in the same district as the Immortals Palace, being one of the sort of first things that was built in the city. But going out into the streets at all is dangerous. Are you taking any precautions? Are you doing anything in particular, or is it just like let's go do the thing and just heading over there?
How perilous is the? Is there any other like some way that'll take longer that we know of that will be less dangerous, or it's pretty much the city's all fucked, so you have no idea, right?
It's pretty much that like this is the most secure part of town, but you are heading into like there's a dangerous sort of no man's land because everybody knows this is where the tower operates from, but they're fighting kind of a guerrilla war elsewhere, so it's mostly being avoided. Yeah. But you could very easily just that way. You don't need to. It's in the same district.
Oh, no, it was a joke because it went horrible when we went on a train.
You love trains. Don't even worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess we head out. There's no other. Yeah, get the thing done.
I ask Sergeant Ujala if are there any safe passages? I don't know, underground tunnels that you guys know of, or however you guys get around the guard that we can use to travel, or is it just we walk through the streets?
Oh, well, the entire city is just rife with underground catacombs and labyrinths, but we don't tend to go there. Most of them are not safe, especially in times like this. The lower city has more of them. The upper city, they're mostly used for storage. It's fascinating, really. The entire city has this and she just like starts to ramble about the history of the city of Brass and its like underground passages and what have you. And she'll just talk
and then I kind of stop her in the middle, like, is there anything that would help us now, at this moment, right here?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Huh. Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. So she thinks that went great. She's like, oh, I explained all the things that I need to explain, and I did good. I'm helping.
And that's exactly what I want her to think.
Yeah, she's like, I just provided a bunch of useful information. I'm great at this.
Did she say how far the tower was specifically?
No, it's not far. Like you'll get there in a few hours walking. If you go fast, like if you jog, basically if you make it high speed, you'll get there faster. Otherwise, you'll get there. Like it depends how like careful and what have you want to be.
Yeah, I think we want to be pretty careful.
Okay.
Let me see how long one of these illusions can last, but I don't think it's very long, actually. We definitely need to make sure that Ramus's shield... Is this within the inner wall, or do we have to leave the wall that we were just in to get to this?
Oh, it's well outside that. So there's like the palace, the big ivory spires of the palace. Then there's the red walls of the Aharisa's fortress. But that's just in the middle of the main district. It's like kind of up at the top of the mountain. The district that you're in, Old Town, contains the Plaza of Gods, and that's like in the same place. So you don't have to cross the walls. You don't have to go through any gates, anything like that.
I'd turn to Ramus before we even leave. Do you have a garb or anything you can throw over your shield and keep the symbology away?
Yes, I have it wrapped up in a tabard right now. No one knows what it is. Just looks like something on my back, wrapped up in cloth.
Suppose that'll do. What do we do about... And this is... I kind of lean in close to Ramus and say, what do we do about Berg? He's going to stand out. You know what I mean.
I've been asking myself that question for about 10 years now. I don't know.
And still no answer. I say, oh my.
The gods don't answer every question. How many times I ask?
Well, I can make him look like something else, but it's not going to last. I suppose we'll just have to be careful.
I think everyone's a little busy right now. Unless there's someone specifically looking for Berg, we should be okay. Everyone seems frantic and panicked.
We can use that to our advantage, I suppose. We'll just have to move quickly. I lean back and... Kalimat, do you know exactly where we're going? We should make sure that our marching order is 100% correct.
I'm following Sergeant Ujala. I'm assuming that she can lead the way.
Sergeant, you've been here before? 100% know where to go?
She says, oh, I've been to the Temple of the Chariot many, many times. It's practically next door. It's just this way. The most direct route is and she gives you a couple of, she basically GPSs it. She's like, well, the most direct route is this way, but we could go this way, which takes us away from this district. And like, you know, she gives you, again, more information than you need.
Can I make an insight check on her just to see if any
Sure.
of that... Yeah.
Yeah, just to get a read on her.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah. 14. Okay. Yeah, she's the kind of person that babbles when she's nervous. So that's what's happening. She
Okay.
just is saying more than she needs to.
All right. Well, I guess we should go. And I look around. Where's the child?
I have her with me. I'm not letting her out of my sight. Like I have her by the hand,
holding her hand. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I see you like holding on to her. Might I suggest a... No, you'll think. Never mind. I just turned around and kind of walked.
If you were going to say the word leash to me,
I was not saying anything, Kalimont.
I looked down at her. You're not a dog. You're a perfect little girl. Even though she can't understand me, of course.
Yeah, she just looks at you like, okay,
Yep.
you're talking. All right, so you
Okay,
you
you're
head
done.
that way.
Yeah.
You head that way, and I think that for the most part, like this part of town is pretty locked down. You're the closest you can be to the seat of the gods, which is like a bit contentious. But you're also in the same district as the Immortals Palace, so it's for now at least a site of détente. But as you move closer towards the district, Ujala at one point says, that's not good. And she points, and this is as you're crossing an open like market square. It's abandoned. Everybody's inside for safety purposes for curfew. But you can see rising from just ahead of you, there's like a fire. You can see the flickering of flames on a column of smoke. There is a building or buildings on fire pretty much in the direction that you're headed.
What do you suppose that is? Besides fire.
Yeah, I start to say that's a fire, Kalimont.
Judging by the distance, it has to be something in Temple Square. It's not a good omen, one way or the other. And I think that she's interrupted by the sound, Kalimat, of your young friend Maud screaming in terror. She's looking the other direction and like up in the air, and, like pulling on your arm and just like doing that like scream, and then like runs out of breath and starts screaming again.
Okay, I look where she's looking.
Okay, there are several dark shapes approaching from above. They appear at this distance to be large, like I would say like 10 feet maybe, like wingtip to wingtip, large birds. You can see them approaching. There's probably about a half dozen of them, and they're coming down towards you. And when you look up, you hear a piercing shriek sound from one of these birds that sounds somewhere between like the noise the like angry noise that like an ungulate, like a deer might make, but also like the sound of a bird and like pitched way up. And all of you just kind of like it grates on your ears. I need everybody to. I was gonna say I need everybody to roll initiative because these things are definitely coming down on you.
Are these?
Is this the same thing that attacked the train?
No, these are smaller. Yeah, there's more of them and they're smaller. Yeah.
Because I was wondering if these are our rides to the tower,
How they? Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me clear the initiative order. Sully, I'll put you back on here manually, and then everybody else. Yeah, go ahead and grab your token and roll initiative. All right. So Sully, you got 16. I'll roll for everybody else. I'm just gonna use a commoner for your little friend, and then a priest.
I have advantage on initiative rolls. I'm gonna fight
you. I think it's enabled on your character sheet now. Yes, it is. Yeah, I turned it on, so you don't have to roll twice. You'll always have an advantage on initiative. However, you have a disadvantage because of exhaustion, right? So
I still rolled a 21.
Yeah. You still got it because that was your first die. But you can see now if you hover over 21, you can see that it actually rolled a 20 and a 12. But you get to keep that 21 because it's just average.
Oh, it just gives you. It automatically gives me the.
Yeah, it automatically just displays the best one of the two. Okay. Let me roll for Ujala. There's Ujala. There we go. And then for the creatures, which I will show you also in just a second. So these things come, shrieking down towards you. And you see as they get closer that instead of the sharp beaks of a bird of prey, these things have the head of a deer or a goat or something, and then big racks of antlers emerging up from their head. And they're coming down towards you rather than like across, which is why they start so close to you. They're basically dive bombing towards you, shrieking hungrily. And they get to go first. So let's see how that goes.
Yay.
So
yeah, they're all 19.
Berg, it looks like all three of them come diving down towards you, Berg.
They get to go first.
So yeah. I got an 18. Oh, you're not even on the initiative. Oh, because you didn't click your token.
I didn't do the
Berg. That's okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, you do get to go first. So you'll get to rage and prepare for their dive bomb. I'll add your token on here.
Does my regular rage that's not berserker, does it have to be berserker rage to take? It's just a rage thing, right? To take half damage.
Yes. Yeah. Your rage always reduces your damage. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So it's gonna be a regular rage.
Okay. Now you have an ability that means you rage before you even get to act, right?
Yep.
Let's see. If you are surprised, then you can act normally. Oh, that's right. It's a surprise thing. So yeah, you get your normal turn. You can see them above, coming flying down towards you. You want to use your bonus action to rage?
Yes.
Okay. And then what do you want to do with your turn?
They're coming towards me, but how high are they above me?
They are about 30 feet above and about as much, maybe closer.
Okay.
Flying down.
I'm just looking at positioning right now. How many javelins do I have? 6 javelins. Well, I guess since it's my only form of attack for that, it's either that or a blowgun. I'll throw a javelin at one of them. If I can.
Right.
I'm not gonna be like.
Okay, so you do have disadvantage in your attack rolls and saving throws, and I assume that you're not doing Berserker Rage, right?
No, I'm not doing Berserker.
Because that would put you at another level of exhaustion afterwards.
Yeah, it would put me at 4 again. I'm not going to do that. I'm also deciding before I commit to this javelin thing. I may just... So they're coming in attack formation towards us. Do they have any particular target, or is it just like towards... In general, we don't know.
It'll be the closest ones to them. So probably Sully, the priest, maybe, and then you.
Okay. Then maybe trying to decide whether or not to hold action and do that, or just get some damage on them. Now I'll throw a javelin at the closest one right here.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go for it. So disadvantage on this roll.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Because exhaustion.
Great.
Oof.
Nothing happens.
Nope. The javelin soars past it. You just miss the thing, tilts sideways, and your javelin lands on the flagstones nearby. Do you want to move, Berg?
Is it only just one attack?
You get 2 attacks if you get 2 attacks if you want to throw another one. Yeah.
I think I might move. My max distance is halved, right? So it's 20 feet.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go right here in an attempt to kind of draw them away from the girl. This is the girl, right?
Yeah, that's her.
Okay. They're attacking like the closest thing. And then I'll try another javelin throw.
Okay, sure. So same thing at disadvantage.
Yep. Wep. Hey.
Hey, there you go. Yep.
9 damage.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you throw the first one, it misses. You run forward a little bit and then throw more directly up. And this time you tag the thing before it finishes its dive
There's no
attack.
additional +2, right? Or is there?
Yeah, if you're raging it always deals the extra 2. I've accounted for that.
Doesn't matter, right? As long as it's a martial weapon.
Yeah. Yep, that's right. Okay, so now they get to go. So they come down in a swarm of purple black feathers and screaming. They come diving towards you with their claws bared. Your armor class is 17. Is that right? Okay. All right. So they come down with their heads down first. So they're gonna try and gore you, and then they'll lay into you with their talons. So these gore attacks, if they hit, they deal extra damage. So here's the first one. Which is a miss. Second one is a hit. So you take 7, and then another 7. So you take 14.
7.
Which your rage reduces. Yeah.
Well, would he take 3 and 3?
No, it's all one attack.
Oh, it's all one attack. Okay.
Yeah, it's all one attack. It deals an extra damage. Yeah, extra damage.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. And then the last one gets its gore attack on you with its head down. And that one misses.
Aha, you suck.
Now that they're here, they're tearing at you with their talons. So 1.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay. For another 9, reduced down to 4.
4. Yeah.
Another one for another 4. And then the last one is a crit for 12 down to 6.
6. No.
Not too
All right.
bad.
So these 3 enormous like bird, they're like vulture size, right? So they're flapping their wings and like battering you with their horns. You feel claws tear. Actually, I guess you don't feel anything, but Kalimat, you all you can hear is like the screaming of the creatures away from you, and then the screaming of this girl next to you who's seeing Bird get rent by talons and his black orc blood spilling onto the stones. And then that's when that's when the rest.
When it's my turn.
That's when the rest descend. So Sully, 2 on you.
Yeah, I'll pop shield
So
as a
first
reaction.
the dive bomb.
So I have plus
Okay.
5 AC to these attacks.
Okay. So your AC is 25?
22.
24? 22. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So first gore, second gore. I basically need crits to
Oh,
hit you. There's
there's
one.
one.
Okay. So hang on. When you roll the extra dice too.
Yeah,
Okay. So you take 9 damage from the second one.
And Adam, I'm going to use
and,
Warding Flare on the last one to give it a disadvantage.
Okay. Great. So you use disadvantage on this one. Unfortunately, 22 is still enough to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna take this plus 2d8. Okay, so she takes 13. All right, she's still fighting. She's not down or anything. But yeah, so
hard.
birds, they come flying down. With those are the gore attacks, and then claw attacks. So 1 on Sully, 2 on Sully. Your magic shield holds, no problem. And then one last one on your Harisa companion. Nope. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So these horrible bird creatures shredding at you, getting in with their talons and their gore attacks. Sully, it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
If I were to cast a spell that an illusion where if they physically interact with it, then they know it's not real, would you say that they're just going to attack the same spot and it's just going to be a waste and I need to move out of here for them to actually think that it's going to, like, I don't know if I need to move
I
here.
can't tell you.
I just don't know if it's going to be worthless if you're just going to be like, well, they're just going to swing in the same spot and you wasted a level 3 spell. I guess, I don't know. I guess I'll, how far? I'll just take the attack of opportunity from them both and I'll run over here.
Okay. All right.
So hopefully you
claw
don't crit.
attacks. And so shield is gone now. So just your regular AC of 17. So you take 10 from one talon,
Oh boy.
and you take 6 from the other.
All right.
So you turn, and they just dig their claws in and like shred at your arm and your side as you turn to run.
All right. And then I'm going to cast Major Illusion on this like 20-foot cube there.
Okay, what's the illusion of?
Can I just make it look like we're not here? Like it just looks like a normal-
No, you can't. Well, okay, yeah, you could like put a screen around that space so that if you look at it, you're seeing what would be in there if you weren't there. It
Yeah.
doesn't make you invisible, but it just makes it look like nothing is in that box.
Right. And then hopefully they would have to make an investigation check against spell save DC. That's the hope.
Yeah. Okay. Let me draw out the box.
Okay. It's a
so
20 by
it's
20.
a 20 foot.
Yeah, 20-foot cube.
Okay, let me see here. So, all right, draw shape. All right, and it's it's like
Also on shield, it reads until the start of your next turn. So would only one of those?
that was your. This is your turn. No. This is the start of your next turn.
Okay. I guess that makes
Because
sense,
yeah, you didn't cast it on your turn.
Right.
So 20 by 20 cube. You want it to go like here? or
Yeah.
less?
Yeah. Basically to hit all of us
That's-
except Berg because he's off on his own.
Yeah. Okay. That's 20 by 20. Cool. All right. So a cube. It doesn't even. There's like a flicker, a shimmer, and suddenly they only see like emptiness. It's like you just disappeared. And if they move around it, it's like you have an invisibility cube over top of the space.
Right.
You're not actually invisible, but if they look into the space, they just don't see anything. Clever. I like it. Okay. Cool. So Maud, I think is just scared. So she doesn't do anything. She just holds onto your hand, Kalimat, and she continues like making noise. She's like screaming in fear. Which we can see that the creatures can hear. They can hear her, even if they can't see her. Yeah, and so she's shrieking and is terrified, but she's fine. She's not doing anything. Ramus, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I am going to use my channel divinity, which will make it'll hit all the 6 of them. They have to make a con save or take half of 25.
Okay. All right. And that's this is your like radiant light that just crackles out from you.
There's an explosion of light everywhere.
Nice, and that hits all of them.
Yeah, it hits all 6 of them.
All right, so We'll do the 3 that Berg is fighting. So 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that just 21's in the like the fail space. All right, so all 3 of those fail. And you said they take 20, 25?
25 radiant.
Okay, cool. All right, they shriek in pain as the light of the light of the tower washes over them. And then the 3 down below, I'll do them left to right. 1. Okay, so that one succeeds 2. All right. So just this last one takes the full damage. The other 2 take half. Okay, great. And would you like to do anything?
And I will move in front of the girl, just in case.
Okay, cool. All right, Jala. She falls back. The creature is going to get an attack of opportunity on her, but I think it counts as basically it being blind, so it's a disadvantage. Hits her anyway. So as Ujala stumbles back towards you, she takes 5 damage, which is okay. She's still going. And then Sully, she's going to cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
So she comes over to you, and as he runs away, like she's bleeding and stuff, and she's chanting. She puts her hands. She doesn't have any weapons. She puts her hands on your side where you were sliced up, and you're gonna get some health back. So let's see here.
That's good.
That's
nice of her.
Yeah, she's gonna.
Yeah,
she's
super
gonna
nice.
Heal you up. So she heals you for, let's see, a D8 plus 3. Okay, there you go. So you heal 11 hit points. Wow, nice work. Okay, Kalimat, it is your turn.
Looking at the situation and looking around, do I think that it would be feasible for me to like run into shelter? Because these things are flying, and if I ran like into a building, they would have a harder time getting at me and the girl. Is that
yeah.
reasonable?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a building. There's like obviously the building like right nearby here that you can run into.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick her up and book it towards the building.
Okay.
Before I do that, though, I'm going to look and see if there's like an ingress, like, or is there some place I can get in, open window, a door, or anything like that? Like that's open. Looks like I can just go in easily.
Yeah. Let me.
Okay.
Here, give me a second to. Yeah. So you can see from where you're standing. There's a door. There's a little porch, and then on the porch you could run. You could run into this door or that door or in that door.
Okay, I'll take the closest one, the one that's over here.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
You can run for it.
I'll pick her up and do that.
Okay. All right.
Do I just grab my piece? Do I need to?
Yeah, go ahead and move, and I'll move her with you.
You gonna be able to make all of that movement?
Yeah, I'll do the dash. Whoops, damn it. So when I pick her up, let's see, I have a 30-foot speed, so I can move 60. Is that true?
You can move 30, then you can take the move action instead of your regular action, and then you also have your cunning action, which you can use as a dash. So you have up to 90 feet of movement if you want.
Yeah, you got a lot of movement.
Okay. So yeah, it's only 45 to get inside. So yeah, we'll take it inside, and whoops, hold on. We'll me and her will kind of hole up. Oh shit, what'd I do?
If you want to jump up onto this thing, just make a quick athletics check. Just like DC 8.
Okay.
Because you're carrying a person in your arms, you have your arms to climb up. You can't like vault it. Oof.
Really good
Okay.
athletics check.
So you get over here and try to get up on the thing, and then your movement is stopped. Now that just means that you have to like stop and take an action to like get up there because you chose not to take the steps. So
Okay.
not very athletic, unfortunately. But still, you've got lots of room. Like you still end up in here. You just don't have any more actions.
Gotcha. That's
once
fine.
you get inside. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Because
I just wanted. I mean,
too.
yeah. If I had another action, I was going to turn and shoot out the doorway or whatever. But since I don't, I'm just going to make sure that she's like huddled in the corner, like mod.
Okay, yes, you just like put her down in the corner.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, Burke, what are you gonna do?
Continue to attack the ones that are on me. Did what's it called? Ramus have them all take con saves? Was that for every single one? So they've all taken a little bit of damage?
They've all taken a little bit of damage.
I think this was the one that I hit most. I'm gonna go focus fire that guy for the first attack with Tulpa's conduit. Here we go.
So you're gonna drop. You don't have any javelins, but you're gonna two-hand it. So you drop your shield.
No, I guess I would keep the shield.
Okay.
I forgot that was the thing. I was just so used to rolling.
Yeah,
so used to not having
that's okay.
shield.
The roll itself doesn't matter. I just wanted to make sure what was going on. Okay.
Do you want me to re-roll?
No.
Because I use the one for two-hand.
It's the same
yeah,
roll.
you just worry about the +9. Yeah.
It's just damage. Yeah.
Damage. All right.
Okay.
So that's.
So you take a
assuming
swing.
not a hit.
The thing like flaps its wings and pulls back. You whiff in the air.
We go again.
You get one more attack. There you go. That one connects. Yep. Okay.
Right,
so
17, 5 psychic.
Okay. All right. So when you hit this creature, when you strike it with the weapon, the actual physical force of the blow doesn't seem to affect it as much as you might expect, right? You don't hear like crunching bones. You don't feel the thing like pulp under the weight of your swing. It's resisting the physical aspect of the damage, but the psychic ripples that are washing off of the conduit definitely have an effect. You can see it, bleeding from its eyes. And it lets out a scree of pain and anger. But yeah, you're definitely getting more. Yeah, it's resistant to the bludgeoning damage. It's not taking the hit as hard as
it's not like that's my bread and butter or anything.
Yeah, I know, right? So, but that's okay. You got the 5 that does the full damage, so that's nice.
Yeah, I did 5 damage. Totally great.
Okay, cool. So, now the bird creatures go.
Bring the pain.
And I think in this case, they're just like, fuck it. Berg is the only thing we can see, so we're just gonna go and get him. So they just fly over towards you. These 3 don't get to attack, but they do fly down behind you and get ready. The 3 that are around you will just lay into you with their regular attacks. So they get 2 attacks each. So 3 gore attacks. 1, 2. Second one hits for 9, so 4 damage on the second attack. And then another one misses. Okay, and then 3 talon attacks.
Bring it on.
First one deals you 4 damage. Second one attacks and misses, and the third one hits for 6, down to 3. So you're
slowly
just like
away.
You're in the middle of a tornado of horns and claws, and they're all just hacking away at you. Sully, the illusion is working. They're ignoring you. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do besides this. How far? Fuck, Berg's like perfect. 20.
Need an AoE attack. Just like swing the hammer around.
Yeah, right, like a cleave.
Ramus might have an AoE attack, but he might damage you in the process. But you have your racial. Yeah.
No, you can't have an AoE, or spellcasters wouldn't have a thing that they can only do.
It's true. That's true. Fuck. I guess what? These are the only mobs right here. These 5 that we could see.
6, but yes.
Oh yeah, 6. Sorry. All right. I'll just cast. I'll just cast magic missile at level 3 at whichever one's been hit. If there's been one that's been hit.
I mean the one that Berg hit. This one here has taken some damage.
Okay. Yeah. 17 damage.
Okay.
We were doing magic missile
right.
completely wrong, by the way, during the live show.
Yes. No, I know.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you hurl forth magic missiles from within your illusion, and strike the creature. It's looking pretty messed up. It's not quite dead yet, though.
Okay. And then let me look at major illusion real quick. Is that the action if I want to move this? I'm good. That's my turn. I'll stay right where I'm at too.
Okay. Cool. All right. Ramus, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go to the edge of the illusion and channel divinity one more time. So
just for like reference, all of this like running in and out of the illusion and casting spells in and out of the illusion, you're pretty much making it so that they know it's not here. They just are focused on Berg because Berg was the obvious target.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as a thing.
So con saves
so what
are
is
16.
So this is the same ability you just used?
I get 2 channel divinities.
Yep. Okay. All right. So top one or top left, and then the top one, and then the one on the right, and then the bottom 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So top left takes 16. And then top middle takes 16. That's 2. The one that everybody's been focusing on, the Radiance of the Dawn just burns it away. Feathers and horns evaporating in holy light. So that one's toast. Bottom left succeeds, so it takes 8. Bottom middle also takes 16. And then bottom left takes 8. Okay, cool. All right, so you destroy one, you burn this one away, and all the others are pretty badly injured. Do you want to do anything else, Ramus? You got some more move? Or?
That'll be it in my turn.
Okay. All right. Okay. Jala. She's going to. Let's see. She's gonna move to the edge of this thing as well. Actually, I don't think she knows that it's there. But yeah. She moves over here, and she targets, I guess, probably the closest one to her with a guiding bolt.
Oh.
That hits.
Hey, get some, Djala.
Kills it.
Nice.
Okay, so that one, yeah. So she holds her hands out, and her eyes glow with white light, and a bolt of energy flies from her hands, hits the creature, and it burns away with her magic.
See the power of faith, Sally?
Kalimat, it's your turn.
I did more damage last round. What do you?
I also like that her name's Ujala, but I called her T'Jala because I saw Black Panther recently.
Yeah, yeah, she's the king of
We're all
Wakanda.
just going up to her like this for some reason. Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
sitting there doing this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Ujala. Listen,
T'Jala.
the power of the Farang will be stripped away. Look out, Berg. Here it comes. Forrest Whitaker is going to feed you that bad poison.
Oh God.
So, Kalimat, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so on my turn, I will use my bonus action to give Bardic Inspiration, which I forgot to do last time. Bardic Inspiration to Berg,
Okay.
as a I knock up an arrow or a bolt from my crossbow, and I take aim, and I just shout to Berg, I expect 6 trophies by the time this day is done.
Nice. And you're firing at the closest one?
Yes, just the one in the corner. Okay. And that is how far away?
Looks like 40 feet.
Yep. Let me see
disadvantage.
Here. It's. Let me see here. Can I? Let's see. Does this railing provide any cover or not?
Not to them, but for you.
Yeah. Because I want to move like 10 feet, a little 10 feet closer.
Okay.
Let me see here. Yeah, we'll move there.
Okay. Do you run up the edge? Because that'll put you in line with. All right. So now it's just a regular
I'll just
shot.
make a quick motion to stay, stop, and I take a shot.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. There we go. 23.
All right. Yeah, you hit. And you have an ally next to it, so you can roll your sneak attack damage.
There it is. 9, and then I roll my sneak attack.
Correct.
Nice.
23.
Yeah. Not bad. Okay. All right. So same thing. The mundane ammunition of your hand crossbow doesn't seem to be penetrating whatever supernatural defense these creatures might have, but you are still injuring them, just maybe not as much as you would like.
Okay.
So you damage
and just
it,
so you know,
do not kill the thing.
Okay, and just so you know, Berg, you get a D6 from Bardic Inspiration, and you can wait until after you roll a D20 to add it. But it says Bardic Inspiration die but you must decide before the DM says whether the roll succeeds or fails. And once it's used, it's lost.
Okay, so Berg, it is your turn.
Say that again. The last part I have to decide whether or not it's. What?
Okay.
So let's
roll your dice. Look at it.
Let's do it IRL. Let's just do it IRL. Let's do it for real. So Berg, what would you like to do this turn? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to attack one of these monsters?
No, I would like to stare at them. Be like, you're naughty.
Okay.
You're naughty monsters.
Yeah. They go home and rethink. They go home and rethink their lives. We did it.
Yeah.
Man, role playing got weird in a week.
Okay. It's always been weird. Okay. Yeah. Single attack with the tool plus conduit. Probably one of these top left guys, right? Because they got hammered pretty hard. I'll go after this guy. Top middle here.
Okay. Sure.
And attack.
Okay, so you got a 25. Now, what would happen would be you would decide if you want to use Bardic Inspiration on this or not. Like, do you think 25 is enough to hit him?
Okay, so if it's used, and then once it's used, it's gone, right? I use it once.
Yeah, once you use it, it's gone. But obviously, you don't need to use it on this because 25 is a very high number.
Totally.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, rolling damage.
22.
Okay.
2/6 psychic.
Yeah, you trash the thing. You just smash it. The psychic wave drives it into the ground where it lies limp and dead on the stones, bleeding out. You have another attack.
Second attack, bottom left guy.
Okay.
Pop.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay.
Pop.
Yeah. 12.
All right, same deal. You just crush this one. They're just
Crushing him.
falling left and right. Yep. No problem.
Tenderizing him. I'm just smacking him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, unless you want to move or you have a bonus action you'd like to take, we'll let them go.
I'm trying to think of a bonus action I can do. You can't dodge for bonus action, can you?
No.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I'll just stay here.
Okay. All right. So Yeah, so they're gonna take their turns, probably their last turns. We'll do let's see, how close are they to 30? Okay. Yeah, they'll just stay on Berg. So 1, 2.
What do you mean they'll? He'll
There's two,
stay
though.
on Berg.
There's
No,
two.
there's
Stay on
two.
Berg.
I thought there was one as well
One,
because the red X was hard.
Never
to see.
mind. They have a lot of red in their token.
Yeah, it was hard to
All
see.
right, so the gore attack hits for 4, and then the Talon for 3, 6, 7 from the first one, and then the
okay.
second one,
It's like, how the fuck did that damage roll?
gore attack misses, Talon attack misses. Okay, all right, so that's them. Sully, your turn.
I guess I'll cast magic missile at level 2. And how many bolts does that shoot off? So 4. I'll do. Jesus, that roll. Wait, I rolled 1 across the board. Is that what that means? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
and
the
that top
that's
one-
the 4th one. Okay.
The top one.
Yeah, I'll do 1 missile or 2 missiles to each. Or fuck it, I don't know how much
Okay.
HP they have. Whichever one looks most harmed, I'll do it all to that one. 13.
Okay, the one to the left of Berg, you kill it
Yeah.
with a swarm of magic missiles.
No.
The thing explodes in a spray of blood and feathers, and then tumbles around. So there's just one left now. Yeah.
Is there no one else, by the way, in this courtyard? There's no like people walking around or anything
No.
like that?
I mean, the whole area is pretty much on like lockdown, right? People have been sent home and told not to walk the streets because of shit like flying monsters that just show up and try to kill you.
Right.
A couple of oranges that are moving around on the floor with like some like combine looking dudes that are trying to look for them. But that's just
Gotcha.
about it.
Ramus, it's your turn.
All right, I will toll the dead on this guy. Since he's injured, he has to make a DC 16 Wisdom save, or take 14 necrotic.
Okay. All right, DC
Nice.
16 wisdom save.
It's a max damage roll, isn't it? Close to
Okay, got it.
You
Jesus
bastard.
Christ.
So ask not for whom the bell tolls. It's not for this guy. Okay,
Christ.
do you want to do anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. Jala looks at you and she's like, "Was that supposed to do something, Ramus?"
You know how cantrips are; they're not reliable.
She just puts her hands up and she says, "Let me show you how to do it." And she misses too. Shit. So she like flings another bolt and she's like, "That one was for practice.
I'm waiting.
I'll get him next time. Don't look at me like that."
I just mutter.
Kalimat, it's your turn.
I just mutter myself. You guys are both idiots.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I do the same thing.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh shit. That's probably more than 30 feet now, isn't it? It is.
Yes, it is 40. But you can just jump over.
You
You can just jump over that thing as difficult terrain.
Nope. I'm not
down
gonna do it.
as
I'm
easy
just
as
gonna do
getting
it at disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay close to mod. So you said if it's longer, it's at disadvantage. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, you're just at disadvantage to hit.
Okay. Never mind. Wouldn't have mattered.
Jesus.
You just shoot it up in the air like a cowboy. So no. I mean,
He's
you
just
can take
firing
a
off
shot.
bolts from the
You can take a shot with your other hand if you want,
Sure. Yeah.
because you have
let's do
both. You have 2 crossbows, right? So you can take an offhand shot and do less
that. You
damage.
bet. And this one does not have any like.
Hey,
15?
there you go.
Hey, that'll do. And that still gets sneak attack, right?
don't know
I'm
if
not
that applies to
sure
offhand.
because, well, no, it's not that it applies to offhand. It's like I got to figure out when you have to declare it. Once per turn, you deal extra damage. So I think you can just say now. Yeah, you just get one after you hit. So yeah, you can go
Okay.
ahead and say this is the sneak attack. Sure.
Okay. There's the first, and then
Okay.
Nice.
so 15.
All right. So damage resistance. Cool. You injure but do not kill it.
Okay.
Berg, would you like to try to finish it off?
Yeah. Nobody can get it done. Berg's gonna try.
Finish this bird.
Right.
He's very agile.
Wow. Son of I guess I'll use
Okay,
that.
so you're at disadvantage. So your
That's why I said I'll
exhaustion
use
means
the-
you miss.
Yeah,
You want to use
I'll
bardic
the
inspiration?
Bardic inspiration. What was it?
Okay, roll a d6.
Hey.
Yep, that's a hit.
Hey.
Inspired by Kalimat's forceful words.
20 damage.
18,
This is something I'm going to have to
and
like
20.
write down pre things for.
Dunberg. All right, so this
damage.
thing had 2 hit points left, so you just mush.
God damn it, I should have
You
split
smush
it up.
Feel the psychic
Bang! And you
energy.
just like knock it out of the air, and then yeah, all the creatures lay dead, and Ujala runs over to you, Berg, and she says, "Are you all right? Are you in need of healing? You look injured."
Like looks at her like as the rage is fading away. Yes. Like
She
clearly.
says, come here, brave man," and like walks over to you, steps over the corpse, and rubs her hands together and says, like, "Blessed chariot, please unto this warrior grant strength, heal his body so he may fight again." And she puts her hands on you, and it is the first time Burke has felt the touch of a woman in so long. And he heals 11 hit points.
time since Berg felt the touch of a woman.
Right.
Right, 11.
Now that you've got that
Nice.
feeling, you get 11 points of healing. So yeah, she heals you, and you feel invigorated. You feel that like, and it comes with like a rush of adrenaline. Like you're so used to the like bummer magic of Ramus Krill,
The bummer.
which Ramus, you can have that as a title for your autobiography if you want. I guess the bummer magic of Ramus.
Bummer
Krill.
magic, the life of Ramus Krill.
But you're so used to this like tower magic that just feels like, well, you can continue your fruitless quest for oblivion. This time, when she heals you, you feel a sudden rush of adrenaline, and you feel your pulse quicken. We see your pupils dilate, and you suddenly just feel like fired up. Like, ooh, I gotta fight something. I gotta get myself in some trouble. And she grins at you and like slaps you on the shoulder, and she says, "Good, there you go. I don't think you'll die today." And she turns back and she sees the illusion. She's like, "Oh, that's interesting. Sully, Ramus, are you in there?"
What?
I look at Sully. I'm like,
I like open my mouth to speak, and then do they have timepieces in this world?
No,
So I
no,
can't
definitely
do
not.
that.
No.
Ramus, we can't play. We just got attacked. Everyone get under here and we'll walk the rest of this way. For as long as I can hold the spell. I just kind of mutter that out loud to everyone. To gather near so we can go through here for the remaining
Gather near so we can walk.
9 minutes and, I don't know, change. However long that was.
Okay. So she walks up to the edge of it and like puts her hand through and she's like, "Ah, fascinating, an illusion," and then walks into the sphere.
Yeah.
No wonder they were attacking you, Berg. They thought we'd gone.
Kalimat, bring Mod. Quick.
I go and grab her. And by the way, Adam, if I ever have disadvantage on an attack roll, I cannot sneak attack, just for future reference.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
Yep, a lot of things like the enemy has to be within blah, 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 if you don't have advantage on the attack roll, but it also says if the enemy can't be incapacitated or you don't have disadvantage.
I didn't realize that it was that way, that a disadvantage took it away. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yep. I didn't know like firing that would be so
Yeah,
big
that's
of a
okay. Now we know.
Okay. I grab Maud by the hand and gently, I don't want to freak her out.
I mean, she's
pick
sitting
her
in the
up.
corner, like hiding. So you come around the corner, and she starts because she hears you coming, and then sees you and like relaxes a little bit, but she looks at you like with this fear, like she's sure there's still monsters out there, right?
And I look at her, and I give her one of these.
Okay. She's not really necessarily. Let's make a performance check. Let's see if you can communicate adequately what you're trying to say here.
Okay.
Hey.
18.
Okay,
18.
all right. She gets it. She gets your meaning. The charades work. And she stands up and follows you out.
Okay.
Outside. And when you get outside, she sees everybody's gone and looks at you like, "Where did they go? What happened?"
I take her and I walk her through the illusion.
Yeah, the second I see
okay.
it, I'm just like, Kalimat, Mod, quickly.
Yeah, and once she's inside, she like gasps and sees everybody and like is very surprised.
So however much time this is killed, I tell the group, stay close to me. Let's make way. And I tell the sergeant to lead. And so for the next, I don't know, 9 minutes, we're under this illusion. However much space that allows us to carry, or not carry, but travel, Adam.
Right, because you have an ability that allows you to move the illusion with you.
Well, major illusion itself can move. Here, I'll just paste it. So as long as you're within range of the illusion, you can use it to cause the image to move to any other spot within range. So the image change declarations, you can alter its appearance to move its appearance for natural the image. So it's not just of this space. It's kind of like reacting to the area that we're in. Hopefully I can do that as the spells. Otherwise, it's just going to look like a random, out of place cobblestone image.
Yeah, like I think you create the illusion.
It might not be one-to-one.
You can cause it to move. As it changes location, you alter its appearance. Yeah, no, that's fine. So it's a little, maybe like a little glitchy, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like a little shimmery or something.
Yeah.
If someone looks.
But it's also only 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
10 minutes, we
Which
can
is
cover a lot of range.
Yeah, cover some decent ground.
I mean, if we can do 60 feet every 6 seconds, you can do a lot of feet on that.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, you would have to recast it or whatever. But yeah, if you, I mean, 10
Well,
minutes
I'm not
of
recasting
hiding in
it.
the illusion.
Yeah, we're going 10 minutes or 9 minutes technically towards the tower.
Yeah.
And as Berg walks along, he reminisces and thinks back to that invigorating touch of Ujala and stays close.
Yeah. She looks at you. She's like, "Why are you standing so close to me? Back up." The illusion
Gave
is
him a
very
taste.
large. So, yeah, she, as you're walking, Ujala says to you, Sully, she says, I am sure you are concentrating very hard right now, but when all of this is done, I would love to ask you some questions about how you made this possible.
Everyone's asking me about magic today. I don't have time to explain how any of this works. Stop. I'm like
And
focusing
she
super
says,
hard.
yes, of course, focus on your spell. God, is he always this touchy?
Yes, indeed. He's also the one who asks the most questions. So I'm very curious as to why he gets so mad when someone asks him one.
The second you finish that sentence, I say, "Do you know what those creatures were, Sergeant?"
She shakes her head. She says, "No, supernatural creatures are not my area of expertise." So after about 10 minutes of walking, Sully, the spell begins to fade.
Yeah, when I notice it's about to fade, or when I can feel it about to fade, I turn, "Sergeant, are we close?"
She says, "Yes, not far now. This way."
Okay. Yeah, we follow in.
So she leads you to the entrance, because you're not far off. She leads you to the entrance of the Plaza of the Gods. And this is essentially a neighborhood made up of all of the temples, the major temples to the various arcana. We've been here before, but we only saw the towers, little like plaza, set apart from the rest. And from here, you can see that there is a building that is like burning. There is one of the temples is on fire, and she gasps when she sees it and like covers her hand with her mouth.
Can we tell what temple it is? Can I look?
Can I make a
closer?
religion check to see what temple it is?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, definitely. You can get advantage from Sully.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
So 16.
Yeah, it's the temple to the magician, and it is trashed, like destroyed trash, like not even looted, like razed, and is just like burning rubble now.
The temple of the magician is just gone. Why would they? Who would do that?
Does not concern us for now, as long as this temple is still standing. I'd like to look up. I'd see the tower in front of us. Right at him?
Yeah, it's off. It's off to one side.
Okay. They'll know more inside, I'm sure.
So the magician is the arcana of concentration, of power, of making your will manifest in the world. The magician obviously also is the arcana who is the patron of wizards and spellcraft.
So I would necessarily know who they
and-
were.
And his temple is trashed.
Gotcha.
And this is the biggest of his temples in the like civilized world. Like the magician has sanctums elsewhere outside of cities, but this is a big deal. It's a very significant place.
Gotcha. So I would probably care a little bit more about that then.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Well then
Where is
instead
your
of
god now?
yeah, instead of they'll probably know more now, it says they must know more. Or I say they must know more, and I definitely start hustling towards the tower. The
Okay.
tower of the tower.
So on your way to the tower, you can see you have to pass kind of by the ruins of the magician's temple. There are blocks of stone tumbled all over the place. There are like Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru style like burnt corpses just like lying in the street, smoldering. This is the site of like a terrible event. And yeah, there's just like bodies already. There's burning pages sort of fluttering in the air. You can see there are piles of books just lying in the street on fire. Yeah. But you go past it. You kind of skirt this area on your way towards the tower's plaza. And then the tower, like we said, as tall as it is, there's a space around it set apart so that its shadow touches no other thing. And there is a long, empty walk towards that tower. Though, like I said before, unusually there are petitioners. There are people who have gathered in this square around the tower to pray for the tower to like leave the city alone or pray to power. They see the tower is starting. And I think this is, even since the last time you heard, more people have come. So there are like tents set up. And in a way, Ramus, having all these people around the tower is both like weirdly satisfying because these are all people who are like, they understand the power of the tower's destruction, but also like blasphemous, right? They don't fear the shadow in the way that you would expect them to. So it's a mixed bag for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do?
I think we just push to the entrance and to go inside as quick as we can.
Yeah, Ramus,
Yeah,
you've
you're
been
just
here
gonna start
before,
moving
right?
towards the entrance.
Say what?
You've been here before, right, Ramus? Or no?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Actually,
Because me and you have not been here. The other two have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me and Kalimot.
Okay. Yeah, I turn to Kalimot and say, you've been here before. Quick. Get us through this mess.
Let Berg lead.
Yeah. Berg walks up and takes the front.
Right. So you start to walk up towards the tower, and right now the tower's shadow lies right over the entrance to the temple itself. So you're walking in darkness, and everything else is in light. So we see you, the five of you or six, I guess, of you, moving towards the tower, and for a moment before you enter its shadow, Ujala like stops, and she kind of is like this is like, it's superstitious, but it's also like bad luck, right? So she hesitates a moment as the rest of you start to walk towards the tower.
Okay.
And I don't see her. I'm just walking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Berg's
okay.
probably ahead. I turn and say, Sergeant, come on. Let's not wait.
And she like hesitates a second and then like closes her eyes and like takes a step forward. And then when she realizes she hasn't been like eviscerated or blown up or anything,
As soon as she steps in
takes-
the shadow, I go boom, and like just try to scare her.
right? Okay. All right. Let me make a save.
Constitution save.
Yeah. I'll make a wisdom save for her. What's your spellcasting DC? How scary
16.
are you, Ramus?
16.
Okay. All right. So she's a priest. Let's give her a plus. She'll get a +3. Nah. All right. So you're like, boo, and she just like takes, like, she flinches a little, and she's like, nice try, Ramus. I'm made of sterner stuff than that. Still,
I had to try.
I feel like someone has walked on my grave. I would not have come here willingly, but a mission is a mission. And as you
You're
start
here-
to walk, the rest of the group's getting a little ahead of you. She says to you, Ramus, she's like, who do you think did that? It's the Temple of the Magician. That place has been standing for thousands of years. All that knowledge. Who could have done such a thing?
I think I know who. And I'll just glare up at the tall tower in front of us. There was a lot of secrets in there that we don't want people to know. We don't want the Farang to have. I mean,
she nods and she says, "That is the lesson of the tower. All things fall. Still, I didn't imagine it would be like this."
I didn't know they'd go so far as to destroy a temple like that. But we'll be able to ask them their reasons when we go inside. If it was them.
She nods and you can see her like steel herself a little bit and follow after. So yeah, Berg, you approach, and there are like essentially cultists, tower cultists, all kneeling in a mass. Like there are hundreds of people around the tower now. Most of them dressed in black or gray, and some have like self-inflicted like wounds, like flagellation. They're all like kneeling and chanting, and some of them have their heads pressed to the ground, and they're giving up their prayers to the tower. And you walk towards the entrance, and the front of the house at the end of all is a massive set of iron doors that are shut now. And yeah, you can just hear this like groaning chant of obsequiousness to the tower all around you, this kind of hum and susurrus as you approach the door.
Bergs keeps going, pushing through them.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you're there. The door is just shut, right?
Oh,
You can't just
there.
walk
Okay.
in. Yeah.
Oh, the door's shut. We just can't walk in. All right. I guess Berg kind of like looks at the door for a second. He like thinks about knocking, and he's like looking at Ramus and everybody else. Speaks maybe at Ramus. Any ideas?
We tried pushing against the door.
Yeah, I'm looking around at everyone like this is the stupidest conversation, and just put my hand and force my weight onto the door.
Well, I mean, Berg's assuming it's locked. Like they're not just.
Yes, yeah,
I
you
still
can't
do
just
that.
push the door open.
So it doesn't open. Okay.
No.
Berg, Ramus, is there a secret word or something to have the door open? This is ridiculous.
Hassan, open the door.
Just saying his name and hoping it. Ramus?
You have a better idea.
No, this is not.
Brain.
You interrupt as I'm responding with your retort. I just turn and start like banging on it with my hand.
Banging on the door. How primitive.
I might actually do something. Hold on.
So Sully, when you turn, you bang on the door,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
Berg
yeah.
talks shit, and you turn to look at him.
Yeah.
And at the base of the door, where it touches the stone floor, we see tongues of white flame like flicker out underneath. They flicker around
do
your
anything
feet. And then we see the fire that seems to be pressing up against the back of the door emerge from the crack in the door as it starts to open. A white light emerges from within. It's that same like really glary like halogen light that we see whenever Ramus uses magic. The door starts to open, and everyone outside, all of the petitioners, the cultists, begin to wail, either in divine ecstasy or in terror or both. the girl that you were with, Maud, she like covers her eyes and like turns her head to hide. Ajala looks down because she's scared, but she's not going to run. So she looks down and away from it. And I need all of you to make wisdom saves, please.
Fuck is this shit?
The door creaks open. Nice, good work, Berg. You're gonna blow that one.
Wow.
A rare 18 crit.
Crit 18.
Yeah, I think
That's a very rare roll.
I think I'm gonna be the only one.
Okay,
to
so
fail.
Kalimat and Salihafa, both of you fail. You are wrapped by witnessing a divine event. You are in the presence of a deity of destructive power. You feel both awe and terror down to your very soul. What do the two of you do? What do you like? Fall to your knees? Do you weep? Do you flee? How do the two of you respond to this? Ramus and Berg, you feel this as well, but you are in control of your fear. But Kalimat and Salihafa, what happens when you're presented with this vision of the divine?
I think I'm like turning to cast a spell on Berg, and that happens, and I basically just like fall to my knees, like hand and face weeping, at Berg's feet.
Okay. And
I do
Kalimat?
the kind of the similar same thing that it's like I feel like my legs are like have disappeared.
Yeah.
And I am crawling around like on my elbows, like trying to crawl away from the doorway, screaming like, where are my legs? What happened to my legs?
All right, cool. Berg, on a better day, you'd be fine, but not today. Your exhaustion overcomes that good 18.
Never happens, Adam. I never get a crit on.
Well, not today either. What happens, Berg? What do you do?
Stupid chat spoiled it. What's the effect? Like what am I?
Just terror, like just a divine, like soul-oriented terror, mortal fear.
Yeah, because we're retconning. Yeah, Berg just drops down. Berg drops down.
The effects yet? No retcon.
Berg drops down and yeah, like kind of takes kind of a like winces and bracing himself for whatever's about to happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So like just like the inevitable onrushing of fear, and you dropped your knees. Ramus, you're like in awe and fear too, but it's different. It's not like you're not being forced to flee or run. How do you react, right? Because this is the presence of a very specific kind of divinity. Right? This is a close servant of the tower.
I think like just tears are starting to form on the sides of my face, and I'm starting to weep a bit, and like something is finally here in front of me. Like I've never been like in front of the presence of a divine directly like this before. And it's a moment for me, and I tell the others, you have not trained for this as I have all my life. This is the divine.
Yeah, and so the door like opens, and this white flickering sort of transparent fire spreads out, I don't know, about like 50 feet or so from the door, and all of the people, all the non-you, everyone who's outside the shadow, they just die. We just see people like slump over, just dead where they stand. Their clothes bleach instantly. Their skin goes pale, and yeah, like about 30 or 40 of them just like topple over dead in a circle. We see a pale and perfect human foot step out of the light. It has like translucent, sort of glowing from within, like skin. The creature the foot belongs to is about as high as the door, so like 10, 15 feet, let's say like 12 feet tall. Its neutrally human formed. It's got 2 arms and and 2 legs and a head, but bears no sign of gender. It's wrapped in black robes, and from its back sprout wings of this white kind of translucent flame that are like licking out and touching these corpses now, like sort of caressing the bodies. The thing's featureless face is marred only by a single perfect black eye in the center of its forehead, and then around its head is a halo of flickering black fire. And it stands staring down at you with this pupilless black eye, arms folded over its chest, saying nothing.
Just a point of order, or not point of order, but like, what is Maud doing?
She is like just curled up in a ball, looking at the ground and whimpering.
Oh God, I half was waiting for you to say she is dead.
Yeah.
No.
She's just dead.
She got Ark of the Covenanted.
Yeah.
I say to the creature, we have completed our mission for Hassan and are here to speak with him again.
The creature doesn't respond to you, Ramus. It turns its head down to Berg. He's like looking up at it, and eyes welling with tears. And it says, in a voice you hear in your like grating against your soul more than in your ears. It says, who seeks entrance? And it's just like it just ignores everything you just said, Ramus. But Berg, you hear it.
Me, Berg, and my friends, colleagues,
And it turns its head slowly, kind of like looking at each of the people with you in turn. Its gaze passes right over Ramus, and it says, so I guess that's 5 of you. 5 seek entrance to the sanctum of the tower. Stand.
Tell him 6, Berg.
there are more than 5. One more. 6 of us.
Before me, I see 5 souls.
One has no soul.
Impossible.
Ramus, say something.
It can't see me or hear me.
I promise you he's here.
And there's a moment where the thing in all of its divine gloriousness sort of stands perplexed, like, And we see its head like quirk sideways slightly. And then you hear a voice from behind it say, all right, that's fine. These ones are with me. And the head turns and looks down, and you see a shadow take form in the glare. And then you see Hassan. And the creature, the angel, says, very well, Hassan. They are in your care, and you are responsible for them. See that they do not get in trouble. And it like fades back into the tower. And as it fades, as your eyes adjust to the sudden lack of its light, you can see tiny, like fairy lights almost, drifting up fading into invisibility from the corpses that are lying scattered around. You just see them for a moment. They like drift up out of the bodies and fade into the sky. And then Hassan is standing there, and he's looking at Ramus, and he's just kind of grinning at you.
Why couldn't he see me?
It's a limitation of those who live in heaven. They see us as we truly are, what lies within. And inside
So
of you, friend Remus, nothing to see.
So, all angels would be totally unaware of my presence?
He just shrugs.
Interesting. Well, maybe come inside. It's been a long journey.
Yes, of course. Come on.
Am I no longer cowering? And like, is that effect?
Yeah, I mean, I think
now?
you're all starting to recover as the angel has like receded back into and disappeared. So.
Okay. And then if Hassan's like leading us in, we go.
Yeah, I get up almost like embarrassed that I was on my
right.
knees weeping, and try to hide it as best as possible, and then just kind of like stumble in.
You see me get up, look at my legs, feel them, kind of jump from one to the other, and I collect Maud, who's been through more than any fucking child her age
Poor
ever.
goddamn girl.
And yeah, and she just like looks up at you like, what is going on? Like, just like huge wide eyes.
If she wasn't fucked up from all the stuff that she's seen at this point, she is now. Like 30 people just died around her.
Yeah, there's just corpses lying all over the place.
Yeah.
I pick her up.
Okay.
I think I think I take comfort in her as much as she is in me, to be honest.
Yeah, totally. Telling someone else everything's going to be fine is often a way to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And as you approach, Berg, Hassan stops you. So Hassan is wearing his usual sort of like farmer, his like black pajamas, his farmer garb. He doesn't have his hat. His hair is tied back in a like a long braid. He has his tattoos. He's in his usual form. And as you approach, he puts his hand on your chest, Berg, to stop you. And he looks past you at Kalimat holding the girl, and he says, "Who is that?"
That is
Oh, sorry. Is he asking me or is he asking Berg?
No, you're still walking towards him. He's asking Berg.
Okay.
that is someone that is very important to me and her safety. I don't want her around any more than anyone would want them. But she must. Her safety is very important.
He looks at her, and you see like a fog kind of like unfold across his eyes, sort of like a cloud passing over his vision. And then he sneers, and he looks at you, and he says, "Oh, Berg. Really? Still, after all this time, you haven't learned the most important lesson. You need to let go, my friend. Are you going to spend your whole existence just lugging this poor soul around? I'm disappointed."
As am I. I thought the tower was meant to kill or destroy and return things back to the wheel, not to thrust them back into the fire.
He grins. "Ah, that's better. Give us the girl, Berg. We'll take care of her for you."
Will you?
Oh, yeah.
Can I do an insight check
Uh-huh.
with inspiration?
You'd like to spend inspiration? Yeah, because you're at disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
Yep. Fuck.
I mean, he seems legit. Seems legit.
Berg's just staring like into his eyes. Because I mean, Berg still would know that Hassan's shifty, regardless of the.
Yeah, I mean the tower has one purpose, right? To strip things down, to free you of your dharmic burdens, so that you can progress on in your life, right? So this is the story of the tower is the story of the rich man who loves his wealth and his house and his belongings more than everything else, and the tower is the thing that brings the fire that burns down his house and melts all his gold, right? The story of the tower is the story of the man who gives up everything for the woman he loves so that one day she'll marry him, and then she marries someone else, and the tower is the power that kills her so that he can carry on his life the way the gods intended. Right, like the tower doesn't coddle or baby or take care of in the sense that that's its lesson, right? It's just like Ramus said earlier, right? We almost, this would be the time where we would have that flashback to Ramus being like, giving you shit for like holding on to things, right? The tower is about the stripping away of the things that built up Dharma. So you know enough about the tower at a not even a philosophical level, but at an emotional level to know that that's their jam. And so, yeah, so he just looks at you and he says, you are surrounded by chains that bear you down. This is not your destiny, this girl. Give her to us. You will not have to worry about taking care of her anymore. You can focus on what really matters. Saving the city. Saving all creation. We need you, Berg.
And just so I'm aware, like, am I hearing this, or are they having a private conversation?
You see the two of them talking, and
Okay.
Hassan has looked at you and the girl at least once.
Okay.
How far away are they? I feel like they might have,
They're walking. Yeah, I think they probably are like close enough now that if you want to hear you.
Okay. Oh, Berg. I wouldn't worry about that. I'll take care of her. I'll make sure that she gets home. We don't need to burden these nice people with a little girl. I mean, they already have enough on their plate. Don't you think?
Probably saying that to you. Look
Yeah,
at,
I
Hassan.
look directly at Hassan. Because that offends me. The idea of giving her over to the tower fucking offends me.
The girl is not for you, son. I know what you'll do.
You'd all make much better servants of the devil if you ask me, but I get what I get. Come inside. So everybody goes inside into the tower sanctum. All right.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, as I described it before, the house at the end of all is both the tower's base of operations and its most sacred edifice. In the center of the main courtyard, there is inside the main floor. There are stairs that run up to the higher levels of the tower, but in the middle there is an open air garden, if you want to call it that, because it's a patch of dead ground, dead grass and earth, and then there's a gnarled, burnt tree coming up out of it. It extends maybe 2 or 3 stories, and the tree is split in the middle by a lightning strike at some point. And its branches are all blackened. It has no leaves, and it just kind of emerges from the ground, this horrible gnarled thing. And even from this distance, as you walk in, you can smell like the burnt wood of the tree. And there's stairs that lead out into the rest of the tower. And Hassan stops here. There's no sign of the angel, but there are other priests of the tower around. And Hassan stops here. And he turns and he says, well, if you didn't come here to unburden yourself of that thing, and she points to the girl, then what? You brought me a member of the Aharisa? What? Discuss peace terms? To talk about a truce? Perhaps ally us against a greater foe, the Farang? Was that your plan? What are you doing here? And Ijala just like blinks. Like, we're getting into this sooner than I expected.
I like my foot like hits against Ramus to like speak up as soon as he finishes speaking.
Ow! God damn. Well, I've met with the immortals, and they have gone crazy. They lust for the city. and they want to do anything they can to hold on to it.
I told them that making these fools immortal, yes, fine, they're the greatest rulers the city has ever seen, but we don't need to have them around for millennia. This is what happens. Attachment. I hate it. It's disgusting. I hear they've retreated to their sanctum. Cowards.
Yes, they're hiding. While the lovely how do you say the word for the guards again?
Oh, the Harissa.
Harissa. The Harissa are doing all the work for them. The Harissa are on their own right now. And wouldn't it be more convenient if you would adopt the Harissa to your side while the immortals hide in their little chamber?
You think that it's possible to convert the Harissa to our purpose? Their whole existence is built around protecting this city, those fool immortals that run it. What do you think, Ujala? And she like kind of is startled that he knows her name. Do you think that your friends would come and serve us? They would burn down their barracks, burn down the palace, drag the immortals to the sword? Do you think we could have a talk and make that happen? And she's like, I mean, I don't, she tries to stammer a response.
Maybe not the city, but the Farang. They do anything to protect their city. That's where your two sides align.
Well, precisely.
Both want to destroy the Farang.
If they're busy fighting the Farang, then they cannot get in our way. We have targets, things we need to burn down before these filthy creatures get their hands on them. So what new information have you brought me? What purpose have you come here for?
They're already getting in your way, whether you like it or not, Hassan. How is aligning a truce worse?
There is no truce to be had so long as the Harissa serve the immortals and the immortals desire preserving the city. The portents are clear. We all fail. They need to lay down their swords or else die so that we can continue our holy work. Otherwise...
You enjoy having two enemies as opposed to just one. They call me dumb.
No one is our enemy. We all serve heaven. Heaven's purpose is all that matters. These outsiders, they've come here. They're worse than Mara. They want to destroy the foundations of our world. They want to break heaven's gates. We have to start here by burning the city. We should have done it months ago. They should have seen. They should have listened to me.
But you
Let me show you something. Come with me. And he like grabs your wrist, Berg, and it's like, come here, and like yanks you towards the tree.
Okay.
Okay. So he pulls Berg. The rest of you follow?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So he takes you over to this ancient looking, like it's like a burned up like baobab tree. It's all twisted and weird. All of its like branches are bare. It's bark blackened, and around it just like ash and filthy ground. And he pulls you over to the tree, and he says, Ministry of Portents and Auguries is clear on this. If the Harissa continue to fight us and keep us from our mission, and he snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden, instead of being like near the tree in the tower or whatever, you're experiencing, as a group, you're experiencing a vision. Now, you all see this, but you see it separately. You see the city, and it's in like considerable ruin, like much more than it is now. But over some of the buildings, you see these like domes of like whitish light. It seemed to be kind of like you would put like over a like a taxidermied animal. They're like these big glassy looking domes. They sort of shimmer. You can see them over some of the temples, over some of the buildings out in the city. Most of the city is ruined. There's smoke coming off of it, and everywhere you see the Farang, and they're just like walking around in their suits of armor. You can see people who are in chains being like pushed along by them, and all over the place these golden ziggurats that have been like landed or built or teleported in. The city is in ruin. And basically, he's showing you the things that heaven has foreseen, the dark path ahead. And we cut to a room where we see a group of people who are dressed variously, right? We see dwarves and humans, we see some orcs, and they are all being like vivisected by these farang in their armor. So they're like cutting them open, and you see one holding like a stomach and like placing it onto a scale. And we can see all of these things happening throughout the city. And for Sully, Ramus, and Kalimat, you are simply presented with this vision of the darkness. But Berg, you're being shown this vision, and unlike for everybody else, where it's like a living thing that moves and they're being shown it around, there is a point at which you see a one of these farang in this like massively ornate golden armor. He has a halo of light that glows behind his head, and he has this enormous, like 10-foot long glowing spear. And he's sitting on the top of one of these ziggurats with a bunch of his like servants. He's obviously like royalty or important in some way. And you are standing on the stairs looking up at him, and it stops. Everything comes to a halt. And you hear the voice of Tulpa say to you, this is not good. Imperious bastards. You know your heavenly friend is right. This is what will happen. And you're able to like move around in this like frozen vision.
Yeah, or like strides a couple like away, like looks at maybe some of the, like the people, you know, the things around him and people, like you said, being all cut open and stuff. Like,
Can it be stopped at all? This is all just pointless.
Can they be stopped? A good question. We tried once. Failed. Had to flee. I fear some of this is our fault. Bringing them here. They might not have known about this place had we not thought it safe.
You brought them here.
Brought them? No. But it is possible they followed us. My brothers, my sisters, and I.
Are you the same as them?
No. No, not the same.
Then what?
I may be able to help you, Berg. To help you save this place. We've already done so much for each other, but I need more. I need power, Berg. I'm still so weak. There is a source. And you can see him now, right? In his like scholar's robes, his fey features, his long pointed ears. He's standing in front of you, looking earnestly at you. He says, there is a source of power. Your people call it the fountain. It is immeasurably important. If you could get me access to this source of power, I could help repel these invaders. But I need you to take me there. I cannot do it alone. We two are bound together.
Why the fountain?
is the
Heaven's
most
already all messed up.
It is the most important thing your world has. I believe that it is the key to all of this. To repelling these invaders, to restoring balance, security to this place, saving your people.
I don't know if I can do insight checks in Dream World here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. Like, I think as soon as like doubt kind of like creeps in, the vision fades,
Probably.
and all of you are standing around this tree, and Hassan is saying, he's sort of in the middle of saying, like, you see, all the portents lead to the same place. We must burn the city before these creatures get hold of it, before they make it their home, and then they spread. First the Court of Wands, then all the other courts, then our world entire, and nothing can stop them if they get access to the power that the City of Brass contains. Heaven has never made a mistake in this regard. We are putting the entire use of auguries and portents against this, and still the Aharisa fight. And for what? Attachment to the mortal world. And he looks at you, Ramus, like, back me up here. Like, you're a cleric. We follow the same god. Come on.
One thing I just don't understand, though, is why you aren't trying to destroy the Farang directly?
Because we cannot. Our weapons... You saw what happened outside. Your unique condition, it is the same for the Farang. They come from a place outside of Heaven's control. The shadow in which Heaven is blind. We can barely see them, let alone fight them. Which is why we have to resort to using mortal implements. And he gestures like, you assholes.
Org's kind of just like looking, like thinking about what Hassan just said, like power in the city and all that.
Can you show this vision to all the Harissa?
He nods. Of course.
We'll show them this vision, and we'll send her back to tell them what it meant. Maybe they'll help us burn the rest of the city to save their lives. That's one thing that humans value more than most, is their lives.
He nods. Precisely, Ramus. That's what I'm saying. Any individual human's life is meaningless. And when he says that, he looks at Maud. Like, you're holding her, right, Kalimad? He looks at her, like, looks at her for Berg's sake. Any individual human life is meaningless. The soul is what matters, and that is what is at stake. The wheel of reincarnation. These creatures could stop it, bring it grinding to a halt.
Then convince the immortals and the Harissa to help you in this task. Convince them of the rightness of your claim.
He reaches out and from the empty air plucks a scroll. The scroll is rolled and marked with the sigil, both of the now becoming familiar, the marking of the Bureau of Auguries and Portents, and then another seal of the tower, a black wax seal. And he holds it out to you, Alimat. And he says, "Give this scroll to anyone you wish to see the vision. And they will know in their heart of hearts that this is what heaven has seen. If that does not convince them of the truth of their folly, then I don't know what will. Give this to the immortals. Find a way to put it in their hands. If they see what heaven has seen, they may understand there is no saving this precious city of theirs."
It is a hard choice. Their homes, their knowledge, their information, everything they know, or their lives. I will plead your case.
He says this to the group, but he's speaking to Berg, and he says, "What the immortals have forgotten, what this whole city seems to have forgotten, is that the tower is not the end of the road. We serve the arcana that come before and that come after. We are here to free mortals from their attachments to this world. If we cannot do our work, the star cannot rise, and all hope is dead. Letting go is the hardest thing to do, but you must convince them of this, or else all is lost. And until then, we will not stop. We have our targets. We will do the work we are here to do.
They spoke of enlisting the help of wizards of what's the word? I'm blanking on it.
Sahir?
The Sahir?
Sahir. Yeah. They spoke of enlisting the help of the Sahir. Have you done this?
Yeah, he smirks. Heaven and the Sahir do not have a good relationship. If we could harness their destructive power, certainly, yes, it would be useful, but they are dabblers, caught in folly, hubris. No wonder the immortals are courting them. They're as attached to their own lives and power, as I think you've seen, as their immortal friends. But yes, if you could sway them to our cause, even one could give us a destructive capability it would be of some use, yes.
Are you familiar with Utrix? Of the 7 potencies?
He nods. Utrix of the recently returned to the wheel. Utrix of the being a slug for 7 million years. Oh yes, we're very familiar with him.
Are you aware that he kept prizes and trophies of all sorts in his domain?
Comings and goings of the Sahir are in ways known to us. What are you getting at?
There was a being he held. Well, hold on a second. I gotta find the name of his servant.
You already told him about this, I think.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. First time you met him.
Yeah.
I told him about it, and okay. And I asked him about it.
And he told you he basically said, like, I would not tell anyone about this if this is the reason for what's happening.
Right. Okay.
Right, yeah, if this is your fault, you're gonna want to keep it on the DL.
Well, I'm asking everybody I can, so I might double up sometimes. So
Yeah, totally.
I guess the main question is, did I cause this?
Yeah, he sighs, and he says, one of the hardest things for anyone who serves the tower to overcome is guilt. Kalimat, we are forced to do what mortals consider terrible, terrible things. But we do so for a greater good. If you are responsible for the coming of the Farang, you will be judged in heaven at the end of your life, as we all are. That's what the cycle is for. Do not hang your feelings on this one choice. Carry not the dharma of your decisions. Let it go. It's done. You can't undo it now, even if you are responsible.
I take a step back and I turn away.
Speaking of the Sahir, the immortals are trying to recruit Inanna to their cause.
Yeah, he looks at you, waiting for you to continue.
They wanted us to find her and convince her to help them or kill her. She might be an asset if we could convince her to help the tower instead.
You have the vision. Show it to whoever you think it will help.
The only
I would
problem is
prefer
we
if
don't
you
know
were
where to
here
find
with-
her entrance.
Yeah, he says, I would prefer if you were here by my side helping me. You did swear some oaths to that effect, but these are times of war, and we do what we must. Take the vision, show it to the Aharisa, show it to the Inanna, show it to everyone that you can find. We are going to keep burning buildings and ruining temples because that's what we do. And when all this is done, we'll sort through the ashes. Now, if you're not going to help me, take the... And he looks at you, Berg, like, one last chance, like, you can leave her here or you can take her with you, but, like, he's going to judge you one way or another. So he says, but otherwise, you need to go. And he, like, gestures to the door.
Yep. Berg starts to turn away.
Okay. So
Hassan,
I think he says
speak-
to you, oh, you're going to stay and talk to him?
I need to speak to you privately for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, he says to you, he's like, fine, but make it quick. And maybe the two of you turn aside. Yeah, like I know there's still lots to do. I don't want to like rush you out of the temple. So why don't we have that meeting as the beginning of our next episode? Like you and Hassan talking. Why don't we close there for the episode for today?
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
We'll pick up next time. 'Cause there's lots of directions this could go, and I don't want to be like, cool, get out, so that we can end it on like a big, what's gonna happen next? Like we can do a slow end and we'll pick it up.
Cool. All
Good.
right.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's do
Let
some
me,
shoutouts.
let's do some experience.
Oh yeah,
and
let's
then
do XP first.
your
Right.
shoutouts.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see, Berg, for any anything that you pursued but didn't complete, you'll get some experience. So let me just calculate what that is. Okay. Find out why bad things keep happening to me. I don't know that you necessarily pursued that one, but the other two, finding out more about the nature of Tulpa, you definitely pursued. Do you think that one is? Did you find more about his name? I guess you kind of did, actually. I think this one's done.
Yeah.
Like you could change the way it works, but you did find out something new about the nature of this thing. Okay, so that is worth 1,500 experience, and then you get another 350 for attempting to ensure the safety of the child, but she's not safe yet.
No.
So you'll need another.
Tell
one
me about it.
for next time.
Everything wants to kill this girl.
Okay, Ramus, how about yours?
I think I did the second one, finding out what happened isn't answering. Kalma told me because they're busy. And then
yeah, that's true actually. So 1500 XP for that one.
then it kind of did it with Stolly, like hiding my shield with the mirror, his illusion on the shield, kind of.
A little bit.
And also, but I don't know.
that one was more like Sully solving a problem. Like you can work towards it. Well, I'll give you working on it XP. So 350 for that one.
Okay.
And yeah, no specific effort to seek out the knowledge of the Tulpa, this one, or the elves yet. Okay, Sully, definitely working towards convincing the tower and the immortals to work together.
Yeah.
So 300 experience for that one.
other two
And then
I
the
don't
other two, yeah, the other two I don't think we saw.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Zeke, you worked towards. Did you figure out why she's important?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
did.
For you, that's 700 experience for that one.
Okay.
And then you definitely, I'll give you another 300 for trying to find out the prisoner, like just working on that quest line.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. All right. Great. So I'll need another goal from Kalimat, Ramus, and Berg for next time. And
I leveled to 8, by the way.
Nice.
oh, congratulations!
Hey.
Welcome to level 8.
We can talk about that in the
It's
post
to
show
you
a little bit.
now. Yeah,
So you
totally.
got
Cool.
some choices to make. So. Cool. Ready for shout outs, Adam? We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Mr. Zeke, why don't you start us off?
Okie dokie, I will. Hey everybody, Ezekiel the Third here. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at Ezekiel_III. I will be broadcasting, not tomorrow. I'll be doing drop frames tomorrow, of course, but I'll be broadcasting next time on Thursday. And I think I'm going to be doing the Yakuza 6 up to Chapter 4 thing, because I got a code from my friend Mikey.
Nice.
So we might be doing a little taste of Yakuza 6 on Thursday at noon Pacific, if you guys want to tune in and check it out. But tomorrow after drop frames, I'm taking my mom out to lunch, so no broadcast for me. Big thank you, as always, to Dan, Max, Adam, and JP for just emotional roller coaster every week. Happiness, sadness, excitement, devastation, the whole thing. And God fucking damn it, I'm going to find out who that fucking prisoner was in the oubliette one of these goddamn days. All right, that's all.
Sounds good. Dan, why don't you do some shout outs for us?
Hi, I'm Dan /DansGaming on Twitch, Friday streamer. Tomorrow I'll be playing God of War. I'll be playing through God of War 1, 2, and 3 back to back throughout the weekend. Should be fun. This was a fun episode today. I liked we had a little bit of combat, a little bit of good RP, and the story's starting to like really ramp up now, which I'm really enjoying. I can't wait for next week.
Max, do some shout outs.
What's up? I'm GassyMexican, variety caster on Twitch, and also, doing the stuff on the YouTubes. Feel free to check out all my stuff if you want to. It follows on there. But yeah, crazy episode. It's weird because I feel like after every episode now, because we're getting like really into the shit, is like, oh god, we've just learned so much about some stuff. Like, it's just like all kind of coming to a head a bit with this really big story that's been a part of Court of Swords for a very, very long time. So it's just kind of exciting for us to experience it even more so now. So we'll talk about it, of course, in the post show like we always do. But I hope you guys are digging it, and yeah, keep on watching, and hopefully you guys are liking it.
Good stuff. Adam, some shout outs?
Cool. Yeah, so thank you everybody for coming and hanging out and watching another episode of Core Swords. The episode 65 Q&A is live over at community.itmeJP.com. So if you have questions or theories or just want to talk about the episode, there is a place you can do it. You can find me at skinnyghost on Twitter or twitch.tv/Adam Coble. And we'll be back next time with more lore and craziness, and we're gonna go record a post show where we talk about all the secret stuff. So if you're a patron, you'll get to see that soon. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Cool. Next week, Max is going to be busy on Tuesday, so we're going to try to get it rescheduled so we can still do a show next week. We'll let you guys know when we know, potentially later tonight, if not later this week, on when and where that's going to be next week. Also, they haven't published it yet. Adam, can we talk about what we're doing at PAX East? Is that cleared?
Yeah, no, we can. They don't have the schedule live, but yeah.
Okay. I believe it's Friday at what? Friday at what time? Do you know? Off the top of
I don't know
head?
Off the top of my head.
I think it's like
I'm sorry
Friday at
for my
1 or
first
something like that. If you're going to be at PAX East, all of us will actually be there. We'll be doing a panel for RollPlay. So look for more information on that when they get that posted, which I would assume.
Yeah, and I think
Go ahead.
I think that for this PAX East, this one we're going to be in the like streaming theater, so people should still be able to watch it if they can.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Apparently it will be streamed, so we'll tweet all that stuff out, and we'll be reminding you guys each week for all that stuff. So that'll be the first week of April, I think. April 5th is probably, I think that Friday maybe. April 6th is when that panel will be. I don't know the exact date just yet, so we'll get that and more. Probably later this month. We're going to record a Patreon video. If you are a patron as well, make sure to go submit questions for our monthly Q&A, which me and Adam are going to be doing this Friday here on this channel at 12 o'clock Eastern, 12 p.m. Eastern, noon for us if you're on the Eastern time zone. So go submit all those questions. That's it, though. We'll see you guys next week for Court of Swords, and we'll let you guys know when it's going to be, because it won't be next Tuesday, because Max is going to be busy. So we'll figure it out. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Everybody.